Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello. And it is Wednesday. It is the 17th of February, and we are still reading from the Tarot of the Divine, which is a tarot deck that is based on myths and deities and folklore and fairy tales from a whole bunch of different cultures. And so far, I have proven that I know very few cultural folk tales, and my scope of those is pretty narrow, but I'm learning just like everybody else. And I think it's been a lot of fun to discover these cards. And I'm a little bummed that, like, really, we only have like another week left of these. But all right, they're jumping out at me. So it is time to see what cards my dear friend Taylor lent to me, and let's see what we've got for today, this Wednesday. All right, we have the Four of Cups. So I really like this card for a couple different reasons, but also I have no idea what the story is. Like, just a brief glance. Clearly has to do with birds. There is a bird in the background. There's some, I think they're peacocks in the front, and chickens. They kind of look like chickens. So we've got all these golden birds in front of this character, and then a very natural, living, singing, very plain bird in the background. So I like this because a couple different reasons. Four of Cups is one of those cards that actually is a little better with its meaning when it's reversed, when it's inverted. Upright, the Four of Cups is kind of about daydreaming, wishful thinking, that kind of thing. It's romanticizing what could be, and a little bit of forgetting what we already have, and thinking, gee, things could be so much better. Things could be so much more interesting. And I feel like that's a little bit of what's happening in this card is that there's a real bird outside of this guy's window that is singing, and that song is natural and beautiful, and nature is just by its own essence something that is wonderful and far more complex than we give it credit for. Whereas he's sort of creating birds that are way prettier, quote unquote, than the bird outside. They are made of gold, they're made of precious metal, looks like maybe precious stone as well. And they're so beautiful as these vessels for what he wants to use them for. I'm going to go with, since this has a very like Asia, maybe Japanese, maybe Chinese inspired look to it. Perhaps it is a story from that world, but I'm not sure. And if it is, I really have no idea what the characters are. I have no idea what the bird has to do with anything. I know that birds come up a lot in different fairy tales. So, you've got the golden goose, you've got all of these different things. When the Four of Cups is inverted, it usually has more to do with being motivated to create something and to kind of tend to your own lawn, so to speak, instead of wishing for the grass that's greener on the other side. And I don't know, that could be the representation of this too, is that outside, yes, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, but look what I can create, look at the skills I have. So it's kind of nice that this shows kind of both ways to look at that, but I would like to see what the fairy tale is before I get too far into this and go, what are you talking about? So let's see, we've got the Four of Cups. Look at that, I almost turned right to it. Okay, I'm way off on this one, but I'm going to tell you, this card totally tricked me. You get like China, maybe Japan, maybe even like Korea out of this? Yeah, me too. It's based on a Danish folktale from Denmark. I do not get Denmark out of this. If anyone gets Denmark out of this, please let me know because I'm super confused. It is the story of the nightingale. So, again, that's not really a story I'm familiar with either way, so it doesn't matter. I would have got it wrong either way. But it is about romanticizing bad choices while ignoring good alternatives. Um, it is coveting what is superficially better and neglecting the plain nightingale who can sing away death. That's a cool story. I've not heard that one. Maybe I have. It's back there rattling around, but memory is not what it used to be. So, yeah, in a big way, this card represents all of those things where the emotional side of things, the natural side of things is to want what is beautiful, what is lovely, what is aesthetically pleasing to us and be happy. But perhaps happiness is just not dying when I don't know, maybe that's what's going on with this guy. Maybe he's gonna die and he should just go talk to that nightingale and let it in rather than spending all his money and frittering it away, and maybe he'd actually have a longer, happier life. I have no idea. No idea. But going back to this as well with the fours and the cups and that symbolism, I do see there are four cups there, so that's cool. Fours are usually representative of kind of a stability, which is interesting because in this one, it isn't so much about having that stability, it's about romanticizing what that stability represents and kind of ignoring, again, how emotionally you probably are already fulfilled, you probably have everything that you need, and you're creating more problems for yourself by wishing for something more. This is when we, buy that new car because we think it's going to fill the void in our heart kind of thing. But fours for the cups at least are very much about that romanticizing the beauty of aesthetics and how we put more emphasis on our wants rather than our needs. Because really, what more do we need in life but the birds singing and a beautiful day? We don't really need golden birds. Anyway, that's my take on the Four of Cups in this beautiful deck and me being totally confused by a story from Denmark that looks way different in the picture. But until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I hope the rest of your week is wonderful. I will see you tomorrow. Bye!